Good morning. Welcome to the January 25th edition of Advisory Live. We're powered by Nasdaq IR Insight, and I'm your host, Will Briganti. And joining me today is Josh Collins. Josh is the director of the healthcare team here at Nasdaq Advisory Services. Josh, thanks so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so January is typically a busy month for the healthcare industry.
Yes.
As it relates to the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference that just took place out in San Francisco. So tell us a bit about the conference and what are the major themes that came out of it?
Yeah, so it's the industry bellwether conference, really kicks off the earnings season. Typically, pretty positive tone going into the event. Pretty positive tone coming out of the event with all of the data that comes through. Last year, looking back, a little bit of a different theme coming there. Drug pricing was a major focus with President Trump making some pretty negative comments about the space. But this year, a little bit different. Heading into the event, we had a lot of excitement around potential M&A from the recent tax reform that was passed. Really opens the door for these companies to have more cash at their hands due to lower tax rates, repatriation of capital. So capital allocation as a whole was really the big theme around this event. So we had some pretty notable deals come out the first day on the M&A front, but after that happened, news flow kind of died down a bit. So there was really mixed sentiment throughout the whole week. Investors really were looking for more out of this event that they didn't really see.
Okay, and obviously I would imagine that you'd be able to interface with a lot of our clients at this conference. So is that typically why you attend?
Yeah, so really I go out there to meet with as many clients as possible.
Awesome.
You know, get in front of them, really understand what their goals and initiatives are for the next 6 to 12 months, and also help them understand some of the new and exciting things we're working on, whether it's biotech targeting or passive IQ. You know, really just kind of go through all of that, and then also kind of, you know, meet with other investors and sell side and whatnot to kind of see the themes, you know, out there as well from their end.
That's great. If you had to kind of summarize what some of the major challenges investor relations professionals in the healthcare space are facing, what were some of those that you heard about?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest themes that came out of it was really targeting, especially for smaller clients, you know, especially with the MiFID II and a lot of the regulations coming out. Their coverage, you know, could definitely change, and also just how they position themselves and who they should be meeting with down the line.
Okay.
So.
My final question for you, Josh, today would be if you could offer us an outlook, specifically for the biotech sector. I know there's been some M&A in that space earlier this week.
Definitely.
So, you know, what are you seeing for biotech?
Yeah, so, you know, when the conference kind of ended and there was this kind of mixed theme of where was all the M&A, since then it started to come out. So we've actually had about $30 billion in deals already, which is a record for the past 10 years in January for the space. So, you know, that's a really big excitement. Then we also have a number of financings, a number of IPOs just coming out of the gates now. So there's definitely a lot of excitement there, which could really kind of fuel more of that generalist capital to come back to the space. We have earnings just kicking off now in the space as well, which will be a major focus. You know, so right now it's looking pretty positive, but there's always, you know, the chance that anything about drug pricing or healthcare reform could come back to the forefront, which really drove a lot of the trading last year.
All right, Josh, terrific insight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was Josh Collins, the head of the healthcare team here at Nasdaq Advisory Services. Thank you so much for tuning in to the January 25th edition of Advisory Live. We look forward to seeing you back next week. Thanks so much. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.